Well, it has been a long day. Raven, thank you for joining us to spill some tea. We all need a little
Thanks for having me.
refreshment. So, how was your day? Were you busy? I know you've been doing mom things and having so much fun. You look gorgeous, by the way. Oh my gosh.
This is my 5-minute face. I don't think I've brushed my hair today. You can kind of see, but it's
This is
dark,
you. Oh my God.
so you can't see the tangles in it. 'Cause it's
No, you look stunning.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, it's been a busy day with just the baby. It's like every day is a new challenge with the baby, but it's like exciting too because like today he rolled over
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's just one thing after like there's always something to look forward to.
That is
And
so
so
exciting. And he's adorable. Oh
thank
my gosh.
you.
You sent me a
Thank
picture
you.
of him smiling today, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't take it.
He's so sweet. He's such a good baby. We're super blessed to have such a good baby.
Mm. Well, and I was like researching for us to spill our tea today, and I was on Us Weekly, and I saw like I'm like scrolling down, and I see a picture of you, Raven, you and Adam, and the baby, and I was like, oh my God, what? And so
Yeah.
I guess an article came out, and like a bunch of pictures from y'all's like all of your albums. So cute.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's really weird because every once in a while, like US Weekly or someone will like pick up just random stories that aren't really, I mean, I didn't know that they would be posted or anything. But
Okay.
it's really nice to see like other people excited and just like our little family. And I don't know, it's kind of cool.
That's so cute. Well, people are very excited. People love you guys.
Mm,
And another family that we know is beloved
yeah.
are the Kardashians. And you and I have been texting up a storm. We have so many thoughts on this new season. So, shall we discuss?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Okay. Well, I thought first we should talk about Kravis. What do you think?
I love it. I love
Right?
it. Obsessed. It makes sense to me.
Mhm.
I truly think, okay, let's just, I
Go
don't even
off,
know where,
Raven. Go off.
but Courtney has always been the sister that didn't really have a sense of style. And she kind of like hopped on different styles and none
Mhm.
of them fit her. And all of them, I don't want to say copycat, but it was not her own. I feel like with Travis, she is truly her authentic self. And like this rocker style that everyone's kind of like giving
Mhm.
her crap for, I think that's who she always was. But she could not embrace herself as that person until Travis.
1000%. I totally agree with you on that. And like
Yes.
everyone thinks that she, like you said, that she keeps like changing, but I totally think that this is who she is. It's who she's always been. She just wasn't with the right person. Like she never felt comfortable being herself.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell by how uncomfortable she seems in previous seasons. It's like
Yep.
she's always kind of trying to fit another mold. She's never really relaxed. And last week I did like some astrology stuff on my YouTube channel about them. And she's an Aries sun.
Yep.
So Aries people are a little more rock and roll. Like they do tend to dress like this. So I 1000% agree. Like I think she's
Yeah.
her Aries self now, finally.
I
So
do
good.
totally believe it. And she also is so much more comfortable on camera. Like just watching
Oh,
the new series, she just is so much more comfortable.
so what did you notice that you thought like was different
I
with
think she's
that?
a lot more open. Like she would never. Okay, so when her and Scott were kind of talking, kind of like figuring out what they were, she like never showed affection. She's always been
Yep.
stoic. She's never talked about her love life, even
Hmm.
when she was dating like Eunice. Isn't that his name or something?
Yep. Girl, you got
And
it.
she never talked or discussed it. And I think it's because she truly know those relationships weren't going to work out. Now she feels
Wow.
safe with Travis
Mhm.
enough to let it all out. She doesn't even care to straddle him in front of everybody.
Right. Even like at the family barbecue. Like
Yeah.
was it like the first? I forgot if that was the second episode of the first one, but I was just like dying laughing. But it's so cute to see her
Yeah.
that in love. You know, it's like you almost give them a little hall pass because it's so
Totally.
genuine.
And she deserves it. We've
She
all seen the
does.
train wreck of her and Scott. She deserves it. And I'm just so happy. I'm just waiting for Chloe's happy ending now.
I
But
know,
I
right?
love
Okay, we're all
it.
manifesting that for her.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I thought was interesting about Travis is like he looks so like hardcore and he's a Scorpio sun and
Yeah.
he has an Aries moon, by the way. So
Yes.
like this is not a lie. Like their connection is
Real.
1000% authentic. Yeah, even cosmically. But
You
it's
know,
so
it's
interesting how soft he gets around her. Like it's really
I know.
sweet.
So here's a little tea for you.
Ooh.
One of my friends that you actually met, I won't say her name on here, but I'll tell you after, that you met at my baby shower, dated Travis.
Stop it.
And she said that he was a little too soft for her.
Oh, wow.
So when she said that, and we didn't really know about Kourtney and Travis's kind of like relationship at this point, it made sense to me because it would take someone really soft for Kourtney. I think she's over the hard men. And so it made sense to me. And it made sense to me why my friend didn't like him because he was so soft, you know?
I think I know who it is, by the way.
Yeah.
I can guess based on, we'll confirm later, but
okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's really interesting to know. It's good that they both found like their right match, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings us to the person who hasn't found their match yet, Scott.
Oh.
And okay, like, do you want to start on this one? Because I have some thoughts.
Yes. Okay. I think,
I know, right? It makes you sick a little bit. Sorry, Scott. Like, we wish you the best, honey, but he's a mess right now. He's a hot mess.
I think is so lost in his life.
Yeah.
I think he had one traumatic event after the other, and with his parents, losing his parents, and really never finding himself and having children when he didn't want children, and being in this whole family dynamic that was hard to navigate with the Kardashians. I just think he is completely lost. And he has been for a long time. And so until he finally figures that out, he's never going to be truly happy. And the ship has sailed with Kourtney. Like, he has missed that opportunity. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he ever wanted it. I don't think he ever wanted Kourtney.
Hot take. Really?
I don't think so. Because what solidified this for me was the reunion of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And in that reunion, Kourtney said she would have taken him back, but he couldn't stay sober. And he confirmed that. And I think he never wanted to be sober. He may have kept being intoxicated or high because he knew Kourtney would take him back. I don't think he ever wanted to be with Kourtney.
Wow.
And he kind of got wrapped up in all of this. And he loves her family. Like, have you ever been in a relationship where you love someone's family?
Yeah. And you stay too long because of that.
And you stay too long. And then you mistreat the person. You or that person gets mistreated in the end because you're not staying for the right reasons. I think this is with Scott. I think he didn't ever want to be with Kourtney.
That is so interesting.
Go back and watch the reunion. And I want to know what you think.
I will. So do you think that what he's saying, like, for example, what he said to Khloe, do you think that that's fake then? Like, when he said, you know, it's hard for him to see her moving on finally romantically with Travis because he knows now there's no hope.
I think he's, one, saying it a little bit for the cameras. And two, what are you going to say to a family who has embraced you for a decade, more than a decade? What are you going to say about their sister?
Right.
You know? And I'm sure it is hard for him because he's always had her. It's also like, you know, those types of people that you date and you don't want them, but as soon as they get with someone else, you're like, I want them.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It's like you want what you can't have, but you don't really want to be with them. It's like an ego thing.
Totally.
More.
I think it was with him too. And think about this. Khloe made a great point. Like, he is losing his best friend. He went on vacations with her. He was very close to her. He had everything but her, the relationship. And that was all because of him. He never wanted that relationship. Anyway, what's your
interesting? No, Raven, yes. I did not think of it like that, but I could totally see that.
Self-sabotage.
Well, okay, something that was sort of weird about their connection that I noticed is their Mercury connection. So Mercury is like the way we communicate with other people and how we think. So it's like super important in a romantic connection, right? So Scott has his Mercury in Taurus and Kourtney's Mercury is in Aries. She's got so much Aries in her chart. So together, it's like you have like the bull versus the ram. They both are very set in their ways.
Yeah.
And it's not likely that either is going to change. So it's interesting because Amber Heard and Johnny Depp have this same exact connection. And we're seeing exactly how that's playing out right now.
Yeah.
You know, how that all went down with them. And it's just, it's the same connection. And I feel like that is one of the hallmarks of a very difficult relationship.
Yes.
just kind of based on these people that we're seeing have all these issues with it. So yeah, I
Mhm.
don't think that they're aligned, like mentally. They're
Yes.
not aligned.
And if you look at both of those relationships, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and then you also look at Courtney and Travis, they are both stuck in their ways about things, and neither one of them are going to shift.
Yep.
But being that type of personality, it's almost gratifying to you to see the other person move your direction, even just a little bit.
Ooh, uh-huh.
And that's never going to work. So I
Mm-mm.
think that's the issue here for both of them. Both relationships are trying to get the other move because they kind of get off on that.
Yeah, it's like the power struggle.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's addicting. To be in that
Oh,
is
for
so
sure.
addicting and
For
so
sure.
like fiery too. So
Uh-huh.
I imagine that their sex is amazing,
Yep.
and I imagine their fights are explosive, which
Mm-hmm.
as we see from both.
Exactly. So there's like, yeah, and that's kind of what kept them together, but it was toxic.
Totally.
So it's kind of like it trapped them for sure. For sure. Yeah. Well, hopefully, Scott finds his person. At this point, I'm hoping that he's just playing a character because he came off so sleazy. You guys know I've been talking a lot about Taurus season and how it's the perfect time to treat yourself. Let me tell you guys about something that I've been using that I actually started using during Taurus season, and it's been making a huge difference. They also are a supporter of the podcast, so I've got to tell you about Pros. So there's no one size fits all solution when it comes to hair care, and a product that works wonders for curls might make straight hair limp and greasy. So I need something that is really moisturizing without making my hair flat. So, thanks to my personalized Pros routine, I can honestly say that I've never been more in love with my hair. Pros makes custom hair care that's effective because it's personal. Using natural ingredients with proven results, Pros customizes every product in your routine from shampoo to supplements. First, Pros starts by asking you about you as a person with their in-depth consultation. Pros asks me really unexpected things like, what zip code do you live in? What are your eating habits? How often do you use heat tools? Like, I'm talking super specific. And that's exactly what I've been craving, is product that really understands and caters to the needs of my super dry, fine hair. Pros is a healthy hair regimen with your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to pros.com/BZen. That's PROSE.com/BZen for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off. Let's get back to the tea. Like saying like, oh, well, if she's over 29, like, I don't know. And like, that was a little bit gross. I was like, come on, Scott. But I hope it's a character, but who knows?
Yeah, that is true.
All right, next we have Pete, Kim and Pete.
Okay.
I think they're so cute.
You,
And
you're
gonna
go
be like,
first on this one.
Well, I was skeptical about them at first because I was like, this is just for PR. Like, come on, they do not seem to go together at all. Then I did a birth chart breakdown and I realized that they actually, bizarrely enough, like have so much in common as far as like their Venus signs and their Mars signs. They have the same Mars sign, super compatible Venus signs. So like their sex is hot. They speak the same love language. And then they have the same Mercury sign. So they think alike as well.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, so it's like this couple that from the outside, like on paper, you're like, that would never work. But then when you really look at their charts, it's like, wow, I can totally see these two people being super into each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm seeing like a different side of Kim, and I think it's healthy for her.
I do. I think this is a good relationship for the time being. This is not forever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've told you this before off camera that I do think this was a PR thing that accidentally worked.
That accidentally worked.
Yes.
I could see that too. I could see that too.
And I think that they probably both also bond over the loss of their dad. That's a
100%.
huge, huge thing that they probably really bond over. And at this point, Kim just wants to have fun, and Pete brings that to the relationship. Like, he's not filling her house full of like flowers and Kenny G playing, the saxophone,
Right. No.
like Kanye did. He's taking her to like a little hole in the wall hot dog place in New Jersey. Like, these are things that I think she craves. I've talking to other true like A-list celebrities that I've talked to in the past privately. They crave normalcy.
Wow.
And he brings that to her, but he also understands the limelight. He's both. He can connect to her on the highest level, and then he also can connect to the lowest level that she's never really experienced.
So true. So it's like the best of both worlds. I think that's why women get so addicted to him, because he has like this childlike side where he's super innocent. He'll take you to the pizza place, but he also can put on a suit and go to like Jeff Bezos' house and like have dinner.
Exactly.
You know? It's like, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That boy next door. So yeah, I think they're cute. Khloe, let's talk about Khloe. What do we think about this? You go first.
I love Khloe. I
do
love,
too.
love, love her. And I sympathize with Khloe because I relate to Khloe in the way that she is a true loyalist. She believes in second chances, and she believes in loyalty, and I think that's a fault of hers as well. I think that's a fault of mine. And so I see her heartstrings really just break right in front of our eyes, because to her loyalty should be reciprocated, and it's not. So she keeps giving people the benefit of the doubt. They're not going to be her. They're not going to be Khloe. So I just want her. I see for her. I'm speaking this into existence.
Speak it.
I see for her a very, very wealthy businessman, almost like her father, maybe like a lawyer or some kind of like true businessman that is really about his business, but that sees Khloe as this fun, beautiful energy of a person that he's missing in his life.
Yes. And I love that.
She can trust him because he's busy about work, but when it's playtime, it's all about Khloe. And that's what I hope for her.
I love that. Yeah, someone who like has their own thing going, has their own money, so it's not about that.
Right.
And like you said, somebody that lets her be the star, like not like Kristen, who you can tell he really does want the spotlight. And I kind of think that's why he hung around, because I don't think he was genuine at the end of the day.
No, and I don't think he's capable of being what Khloe needs. I don't think he's capable of being in a monogamous relationship. I mean, some people
with anyone.
Right. Some people are just not capable of it. They literally cannot do it. And so it's so unfair to the ones that they kind of trick into their like facade, you know?
Totally. Because they end up wasting people's time and energy. Well, and his Aries he has Aries in Mars, which means like he's the most fiery and like passionate. And that translates to like, for a man, that's like someone who really wants to like spread it around, it's not a monogamous, like that is a very challenging placement, especially for a man. So until someone grows out of it or like, has enough heartbreak to where they realize that they want to grow as a person, they tend to be a little cheaty.
Right.
Sadly. Yep. So not the best, but we do wish the best for her. She's precious.
I just hope the best for Khloe. She deserves everything. Can I just say this about Khloe too? Is like, I have never seen someone give such positivity and light when they are themselves in darkness.
Yes.
Khloe is just so radiant. And even during this, like, even during the whole thing with Tristan and Jordan, she was still saying like, I reacted out of emotion and I don't want hate going to Jordan because I just realized, she was still giving grace to people who have wronged her. I just think she's amazing.
I agree. I think she's such a strong person, and we can see how real she is. Yeah. Like, especially like in the second episode where she was talking to James Corden about her anxiety and how she worries about like what people think. I think that a lot of people can relate to that. And it's cool to see someone like Khloe putting a voice to it. It makes you feel like not as alone or not as weird. You're like, oh, okay, like if she goes through it, this is just a normal human thing.
Yes.
And in a weird way, I think the Kardashians like kind of help all of us to grow and like see ourselves. Like, isn't that fun? It's a guilty pleasure, but like there's some good moral nuggets in there.
There is. And like when they were in the closet and Kim was like on the phone trying to figure out the sex tape deal, her mom was like, okay, let me know if you need any help picking out outfits. And Khloe said, no, she doesn't need help picking out outfits. She needs emotional support right now. And I think Khloe brings that to the family. She brings that unity, emotional unity to the family that would not be there without her. The family would crumble without Khloe.
Totally. No, agreed. She's like the glue, and she's
She
a
is.
Cancer sun. So she's actually the most nurturing out of all of them because
100%.
Cancers are the mother. Yeah. So it's like Kris is a Scorpio. So she's kind of like the one that builds the structure for them and pushes them forward. Khloe's the nurturer.
And
Courtney's the rebel. It's
in
like,
Kris's book, and Khloe has said this herself, that she mothered Kylie and Kendall. That she
really?
felt like she took her mother's place with Kylie and Kendall. Yes.
Wow. I did not know
Interesting.
that. Interesting. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the Jenners and and Kris. And it was funny how I feel like they are not participating quite as much. And that was kind of the case at the end of the E show as well, especially with like Kylie and Kendall. What do you think about them? Like, and do you think we're going to see more of them this season, or what's your take there?
I think we'll see as much as we've seen so far of them.
Mhm.
Hardly anything. I think Kylie, with her pregnancy plus the whole scandal with Travis Scott, that's going to be severely dodged. They are not going to
Yep.
address that or talk
Yeah.
about that. And I think Kendall just does not want to. And so they can't really
Yeah.
make either one of them say anything that they don't want to say. And I think they are really not going to participate.
Uh-huh. It's kind of funny how the other sisters, like, they continue to, show up, but at the same time, it's like, if your sisters I don't know, it's kind of like you can't be too cool for what made you famous. Do you know what I mean? It's almost
Yeah.
like I wish they would maybe give a little bit more and not act I don't know.
I think too with Kylie and Kendall, they're kind of in a different situation too, because Kylie has to keep her magic about her, and like her Instagram. If people really saw the real life her, I think that would hurt her brand. I think that would take kind of the majesticness off of what people view as Kylie on Instagram,
Mhm.
because she doesn't necessarily look like she does on Instagram, and on camera she doesn't,
Yeah.
it would take away from her brand showing more of her.
Did you watch Life of Kylie?
Yeah, and horrible.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it was
exactly, and it was like one
completely
season.
horrible.
Uh-huh.
And
Good.
she's the
Yeah.
most followed person out of all the sisters. So I think that's one reason. And I think the other reason for Kendall is she doesn't want it to hurt her modeling career, because anything
Yeah.
she says or does can affect her modeling career.
100%.
And maybe
Yeah,
that's
no, that
why
makes a lot of sense. That does make sense. And what about Kris? Like, do you think that cheating thing with Corey was real or like, I mean,
I'm sure.
he wasn't around much. Like I kind
Yeah.
of think it's real and I think they're going to like reveal it later, but there's going to be like something else that happens cuz they don't want us to know that that's really what caused the breakup.
Agreed. Yeah, I think so. I think it might be. I mean, we can only speculate, right?
Right,
But
right. That's what
I
we do here.
I also think that Kris is such a strong personality. It leaves really not a lot of room for a long, uh, healthy relationship with a man.
For sure. For sure. And she's even talked about how like work is super important to her and like she was up
Yeah.
really, really early that day. Yeah, it's like if you're really go, 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 you don't really have time to,
Yeah.
go on dates or be thinking about, romantic things. I can totally see her just being kind of, yeah, not
Yeah.
as interested in that. Interesting. So maybe, I don't know, they might get phased out. Or he might get phased out. So I was also thinking about like the different brands that they have because we were like texting a little bit about like spring style. And I've got to tell you, Raven, I am really being heavily influenced by the Kardashians, as I
Yeah.
always am. What are you feel like? These are just I pulled a couple of like photos, one from a Good American, like kind of loving these skinny jeans, and then a Skims, like it's like a lounge slip, but like you can wear it. Like it's so cute. You could like wear it
Yeah.
around the house, so it's kind of sexy, but it's also a slip for under your clothes. I don't
Yep.
know. Let's talk about their brands.
I think it's so smart because
Mhm.
Chloe's it has fluctuated in her weight. So creating this Good American brand for all sizes, so smart on her behalf,
Mhm.
especially jeans, because that is the most challenging thing to get for any woman to fit you.
Yep.
So her navigating that was so smart. And yeah, I like everyone gives Khloe crap about her style. I like her style. It's
I
very
do
Khloe.
too.
It's
I think she looks
very Khloe.
great.
And with Kim, the undergarments and everything is so, I mean, on brand. And she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. I love that she will just put up the phone in her closet and then try these outfits on and like show us what's going on with each new release. I love that. And I have a Skims robe. It's one of the softest things I've ever owned. So
nice. Yeah, they look so luxurious.
Yeah, and that is their brand, right? So it's good quality. They're not going to well, besides Kendall and Kylie, I think they've had a few mess ups with their quality. But
yeah,
I think the Kardashians, the actual Kardashians, are pretty smart and on point. I mean, they owned a clothing store, you know?
Right. Yeah, Dash. We all forget, you know?
Yeah.
This isn't their first rodeo. They've been in this game a little while. They just have a bigger budget now.
So what's kind of like catching your eyes with what they're wearing?
Well, I really like how you said, like the Skims, you know, it's so smart. And I love how Kim is really like taking, I don't know, like what do you call it? Shapewear. And she's turning it into like, it's like shapewear / lingerie / loungewear. And you can also wear it like over clothes. You can wear it under clothes. It's like, there's so much versatility. Yeah. And it's all meant to flatter a woman's body. And I love that. Like, I love having basic, simple pieces that you know look good on you and you feel good, you feel sexy. So I think she's killing it. And I'm loving this look. Like, I pulled up this photo. You guys are listening on the podcast of like Kim in that blue dress where she has it like it's going all the way down, like gloves. And then House of CB is starting to create some looks like that go down to the hands. And I'm really into it. I think
love
it. So pretty.
It's so having gloves on is kind of like having your nails long. You just feel super extra. Like it just elevates the outfit, and she looks fantastic. I loved her looks on SNL as well because she did all the finger gloves, and she just looked like she always looks amazing. But it just was something that isn't done,
right?
And she brings it to the surface, and we're like, yeah, we should all be wearing gloves.
No, it's true. It's like, why aren't we wearing gloves? And then like Paris Hilton does the glove thing too. Yeah. But it's like with the cut off fingerless gloves. But like, I like that. I like how fun they are and like how they're not afraid to do something different, spice it up. And I think that's why people are so drawn to them because they keep us guessing. Whereas other people will kind of just recreate, you know, what's working. They're not afraid to like go outside the box and like be judged or, you know, give us something new that we've never seen.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I love it too. I love it too. Well, Raven, what else do you have going on lately? I know you're being a mommy, you're busy. Is there anything else that you've been up to or watching or anything to recommend?
I will say that I was never a true TV watcher until having the baby. And then you're just like at the house all the time and you start watching all these shows. Yeah. I really truly like The Ultimatum. Have you watched The Ultimatum?
No, I have not seen it.
You have to watch it. And I really think all these dating shows that are starting to happen on Netflix are going to kind of take over. And I that's with it. So that's kind of like the newest thing, the newest trend that I've been on is all the new dating shows.
What to look out for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're the queen of like finding good TikToks, good YouTubes. Like, I feel like if we need anything entertaining, like you can recommend. So.
Yeah. Everyone says my TikTok feed is like the creme de la creme of TikTok because I always have such good TikToks.
So good. Yeah. One of your many talents, my friend. Well, well, thank you for joining me today to spill a little bit of Kardashian tea. I know we're going to keep watching, and it was fun to catch up with you and chat and just share some of these opinions because I know we're just itching to talk about it. I kind of just am fascinated with them.
Yes, and I've been watching all your videos, so keep it up. They're so good, and like I said, you're a star. You're just
Raven.
Like, you are.
You're so sweet,
and so I just can't wait to see you grow, keep growing, keep flourishing. And thank you for having me.
You are such a sweet friend. Love you so much. Thank you, girl. And we will talk very soon.
Sounds good. Bye.
All right.